Hi everyone, welcome to the lecture. So, in today's lecture, we're going to discuss a very important concept while dealing with large data sets. So, that is called pagination in SQL. So, first we'll learn about what is pagination, what is the need for pagination, how it helps in managing large data sets, and lastly, we'll finish with learning what is the proper SQL syntax to implement pagination. So, let's start by asking a very basic question: what is pagination in SQL? So imagine you have a very large data set. Let's talk about an e-commerce business, for example. So there you might need to store customer order records. So you might have thousands or millions of such rows in your table, right? Now, if you want to fetch all of the data at once, then that will become very performance heavy. It will also be very hard to manage. So this is where the concept of pagination comes in. So pagination basically breaks a large set of data into smaller, more manageable chunks. So, for example, if you have, let's say, 10,000 rows, you're fetching just 10 or 20 rows at a time. So, what it essentially does is it will improve the performance of your application, it will reduce the server load, it will just give the user an overall better experience, right? So, the main idea behind pagination in SQL has two core keywords. One is limit, one is offset. So using these two keywords, we are going to implement pagination. So what limit does is it is used to control the number of rows that you want to show in your result. So let's say if you have 10 rows and you want to just show 5 rows. So you'll set limit to 5. Now what does offset clause do? It can give you a customized starting point, right? So if you use just limit without offset, then by default it will fetch the rows from the beginning of the table. Now if you also set offset, let's say you have 5 rows, okay. Now you want to fetch the last 3 rows and ignore the first 2. So you will set limit to 3 and offset to 2. So limit will fetch exactly 3 rows, but where will it start from after the first 2 rows are ignored? So that's the idea. Now let's see what is the basic query structure. So like any other SQL query, the basic structure remains same only. So you can start with the select clause where you will write whatever attributes you want to show in your result. Next, the relation name in the from clause. Then you can put the limit and offset clauses. Now, this limit and offset is usually used with the order by clause for more meaningful data. So you can use limit like this. So limit the number of rows that you want to show and then offset number of rows that you want to ignore. So what is the starting point? So to understand this better, let's take some examples. So let's go to the FLIS ERD. So this is that Football League information system database that we use in our course. So using the ERD, you can see what all tables are there, what type of information they're storing, what is the relationship between them, right? So we have the teams table, we have managers, matches, players, referees, many tables are there, and the relationships are also there. Now let me pick this matches table. So I'll open the query tool. First, let's check what all information is present in this table, right? So we'll simply write select star from matches. So this is going to show us all the information in matches table. So in the output, you can see we have match number, we have match date, host team ID, guest team ID, host team score, guest team score. Okay. Now, let's say I want to find out who are the top scorers as host team. So what are the top host team scores? So I can customize my query. So I can use an order by clause here. So order by host team score. If I add this, now run the query. So you can see it is taking in ascending order by default, right? So that's what happens when we use the order by clause. If we don't specify the order in which we want, then it will take ascending by default. Now, let's say I want to find the highest host team scores, right? So I will specify that I want it in descending order. So now run it. So you can see that 5 is the highest score that a host team has scored, right? But there are multiple such host teams who have scored the same points. Now let's say I want to fetch just the teams who have scored the highest scores. So we can see in the output that there are three such teams, right? Who have scored the 5 points. So I can use the limit clause here. I'll write limit 3. So it will fetch the first 3 rows. So let's run this query. So you can see the first 3 rows are fetched. Now, again, let's go back to the previous query. So we can see that there are these two teams, M0009 and M0013. So these two teams have scored the second highest score as host team, that is 4 points. So what if I want to fetch these two rows now? So row 4 and row 5. What if I want to fetch these two? So that means how many rows I have to fetch is 2. So limit will be 2. How many rows do I have to ignore? So I have to ignore the first 3 rows. So my starting point is that after the first 3 rows. So I can modify my query and set limit to offset 3. So I want these two rows, 4 and 5. So let's run my query. So it is fetching the correct two rows. So this is how you can implement pagination in SQL. It is usually used with this order by clause because that is giving a more meaningful result. It can also be used on its own. So let's go back to the slides. So these are the basic information about what is pagination in SQL, what is its significance, and how to write a query implementing pagination. So thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the lecture. Bye.